Hello! Part 5 of the limited challenge featuring Petite Devil has been released, and wow, this is a really odd, really hard, really obnoxious stage. Forget the other ones, this is going to be probably the worst you've done so far. I actually tried the stage several different times, messing around with like different hero lineups, because the first time I defeated it I had Rose Knight in my lineup, and some people might not have her. Thank you, Nemesis. So I tried different heroes in her place to see if there can be different ways to do it without her, and there is. They're free to play heroes as well, because I'm using a free to play hero lineup as much as possible, so if you want to duplicate it you can. Now let me show you why this stage is such a horror. Thank you again, Nemesis. Firstly, you have Bombing Goblin here. We're all familiar with him. We've got this fellow who can do a bit of damage, but is by far not the biggest threat. And then you have these guys. Now, they look like Pyris, and they more or less behave like Pyris. Because what they do, they damage themselves, and once they fall, basically, they do quite a bit of damage to your heroes. Now, they will do damage to your heroes whether they self-destruct or you defeat them. Now, you're probably thinking, how on earth am I going to get through the stage with all these Pyrises ruining my heroes? And you've got this guy who has the ability to actually heal the Pyrises. Now, what that means is you can heal them and then only target one at a time. So you're only taking some damage at a time, you're not taking up 4 of them at once. Now the lineup that I used obviously was Rose Knight, and also Tracker. You're going to want her because on the second and third stage you do have enemies other than the Pyrises, so you're going to want to get rid of them. Also, you will need Prima Donna. I mean, it would be suicide not to take her. I don't know what it would be like with a healer, and to be honest, I don't want to know. So, apart from Rose Knight in the middle slot, you can also use Shade. I was quite amazed that a lineup with Shade actually worked. And also Child of Light, which I'm going to use in this video so you can see that lineup works as well. And without further ado, just let me show you this stage. Oh, it's bad. Didn't hear that? Right, now thankfully the treant guy's ability charges near enough right away. You see what I mean of them damaging themselves? You see what I mean? You are going to want to be really, really careful using your hero's abilities here, especially Petite Devils, because obviously they will do damage and put them to sleep, which is fine because they won't do the whole self-destructing thing, but they'll also take damage. So if there's ones that are on low health, they will fall and you're going to take a ton of damage. So only ever use Petite Devil's ability when you've healed the Pyrises. Now, Child of Light probably is actually better than Rose Knight to use on this stage, because you can stun these guys here so they can't damage you anymore, and you do damage to them, whereas Rose Knight's shield flies all around the screen, so she hits the Pyrises as well. So you can actually safely stun those enemies without hitting the Pyrises, which is really good. Another thing you can do with the treant guy is if you've only got one enemy left, you can keep healing it until, say, the skills recharge a bit more, or if you want to heal your your heroes, you can. So I'm just demonstrating that now, see? Prima's skill has gone up a bit, so as I go into the third stage, I'll be able to heal quite quickly, which is extremely helpful. Also on this stage, you're going to get enemy reinforcements of more Pyrises, which is not great. I also recommend healing when they've only got like half their health left. I know it doesn't seem like much, but considering how quickly their health can go down, you better just do it anyway. There we go, more of the Pyrises have come in. Right, I am going to heal guys up here because my heroes are fighting these ones down here. They will do that every time. But heal the guys at the back and then defeat the ones down here. Yikes, see what I mean? Now if Petite Devil falls at this point, don't worry too much. As long as you've got at least... Ooh. At least as long as you've got at least 3 other heroes alive, you'll be able to do it fine. Well, that was an amusing ending. So there's the stage. Keep healing the Pyrises. Make sure your heroes only, you're only fighting one at a time and not defeating all of them at one go. On the second and third stage, you'll want to use Tracker to defeat the non-Pyris enemies. Heal constantly, and if you need to, keep the last Pyris alive on the first and second stage, so you can let the skills recharge a bit or heal if you need to. Oi, that stage was something else. I need a cool drink.